We're recording now, all right? So I don't know about you guys, but right now I'm just kind of getting familiar again with wearing pants that have a zipper and a button. And I don't need a lot more stress, right, in my life, okay? so right? So I want to just kind of show you guys the basics. Please jump in with questions, and you know, we're all in this together, believe me, okay? If anyone that's late start, be sure you do type in the chat your name and all that good stuff. We will do that at the end of the Zoom, kind of like a beginning and end type of attendance. So does anybody know what Studio is? Has anybody played in it? Do I have a Studio expert that would like to take over the class? Because feel free if you do. No? Okay. Darn. I'm going to put this down here real quick so I can try to see some more of you guys. Anybody else? I can't, like I said, I can't see everybody. Does anybody else have? Okay. I've played around in it. Okay, so we've had a few that just familiar, but maybe not know some of the details and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, super. So I was asked to do just the basics and introduce you to some things. So that's kind of what we're gonna do. But for those of you who are ready for the more advanced stuff, I'm gonna reference some material for you guys to take a look at, okay? So let me just basically introduce you to Studio. It's a media tool. It is a way for you to upload, you can create, you can edit, you can manage, and you can share all kinds of videos. So it's a really fun thing, and especially with virtual capabilities, and you know, we all need to kind of be prepared for the distance learning thing. Studio gives you a really great way to deliver your content. On that note, I don't know, maybe I'm going out on a limb here, but when we went to distance learning, did anybody get like 400,000, 500,000, 700,000 new tech tools that you teachers can use? Anybody? Yeah, and I'm sure that, like me, you went through all of those and researched them, right? Sure. So here's my 2 cents on that. I'm all about kissing it, you know, keep it simple, stupid, okay? I do not want to get bogged down. You know, yeah, there might be 50 different ways to record an instructional video, but you know what? You only have to know one, and the one that works for you. So for me, the Building Modern Classrooms gave me a couple of tools. I went through their free workshop in April, but in June, I received a scholarship to go through their full mentor program, which was really cool. I had educators from all over the United States. My mentor actually lives in Geneva, Switzerland now. And so I actually talked to him just the other day and was like, hey, I'm doing this PD, and he gave me more stuff. It's just a great group of people. And so they taught me a couple of tools to do instructional videos. One of those, I use my iPad and do Explain Everything. There's a lot of there's Screencast-O-Matic, there's a lot of other apps out there. But for me, when it came down to it, our district has chosen Canvas as our, you know, LMS. And so I feel like as much as I can possibly do in Canvas, keeps it simple. If you are a Google Classroom person, if you want to do the OneDrive and all that, hey, if that works for you, but I believe in kissing it. And I think it's easier on our kids, and not only our kids, but our parents. If they know Canvas, they're familiar with Canvas, and if they can access all of those instructional videos and the material through Canvas, you've just simplified things. And when it comes to tech, too much is not helpful. Simple is best. Bless you, Aaron. So, yeah. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And so those of you who my little point people, please help me watch chat and anything like that for questions. All right. Okay, so so this is my Canvas. It's kind of a messy room now, no judgments. We're all learning and carrying on together, okay? All right, my people. All right, so when you get onto your dashboard, right down here is Studio. It's a little different. Some of the other tools, you go to the website, use it, then link it into Canvas. This is all within Canvas. It's all right there. So when you click on Studio, it opens to your library. So it just takes you right into your library. I gotta minimize, I'm sorry, you guys, working on a laptop doing this is really a tad challenging. Okay. Here's videos. It takes you into your library. So the first thing I want to show you is just very simply is how to add videos into your library. Before I do that really quick, I had some feedback. I'm going to stop sharing real quick. I had some feedback from the first class. I had some people that were they had no idea what Studio could even be used for. So let me tell you that very briefly. You can deliver any kind of videos, okay? You can make your instructional videos, your lectures, and put them in Studio. You can deliver them to students through Canvas as assignments. So you can literally embed quizzes within your video. So as the kids watch, they take a quiz. You can then have that quiz result sent to Infinite Campus. So you don't have to even grade it. I know, woo woo, right? Okay, applause. You can put in a video and have a discussion. So kids can watch each other's videos and have a discussion and give feedback on those different things. So there's a lot of things that you can do. For language learners, there's closed caption. So you can actually change the language and have the captions on there to help with language learning and things like that. So I just kind of wanted to give you, I wanted to give you just a little overview there before we jump into. Okay, so back to that. So just to kind of give you a little bit I'll show you videos later. Let me show you how to add them, okay? So when you add a video, you can add ones that you have created right here, and you can add ones from YouTube. I have not added any that were beyond those two categories, because if I found another video somewhere, I just downloaded it to my computer and then uploaded it to Studio from there. So I've not seen anything that you really need beyond this. I'm going to show you first how to do one that you have created yourself. So all you do, you can drag and drop it if you've got it, but I'm going to go through the steps and show you. So when I go into my files, like I said, my students, as part of their curriculum, is they have to know how to create and edit different kinds of videos. So I'm going to show you, this was one of their finals last Christmas. So I simply click on it. It's going to keep the title of the video that I had, and as well as uploading it. And there's the video. So if I wanted to change the thumbnail, because this is a video that I created, when I click on the three dots, it will say replace thumbnail. So I can create a thumbnail and put it in there. You'll see that that's really, you'll see that that's really helpful, like with your units of study. So I created these thumbnails so that it was real easy for students to know and see whenever they're going through the videos on Canvas. You guys want to laugh? You want to watch this video? See if it's on. Can you guys see that okay?
Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color? Put that down. Hello? Hello?
Fisher the Elf, what's your favorite color?
Zellner the Elf, what's your biggest fear?
Fisher the Elf, what's the square root of 25?
Ashley the Elf, what are your plans for college?
Bender the Elf, what's your favorite school event?
All right. So there you go. So one of the little videos that my students created. So if it's a video you created, you can change the thumbnail. So now I want to show you how to add one from YouTube. So all you need to do is go to YouTube. And so for those of you who don't know, our youngest son is a Twitch streamer. And so here's his YouTube. So because these are videos that I am familiar with. So this is one of the videos that he created.
So today is...
So if I wanted to upload this video, very simple. I'm just gonna copy that link. Gonna go back into Studio, paste that link right there and click add. And it's really quick, okay? So you can, when I click on the three dots here, you can see I can't replace this thumbnail because it's not my video, it's not my creation. So I can't replace it. So that is how you upload your videos. Now you can also record. So those of you who are familiar with Screencast-O-Matic, this is sort of, in fact, a good way to describe Studio is if Screencast-O-Matic and Flipgrid had a baby. That's really the best description I could probably give you for Studio. So right up here in the top right corner next to the add button, you're gonna do record. So when I click on record, it's gonna give me two options. I recommend doing screen capture instead of webcam. If you are simply gonna do a quick webcam where you're just gonna say, hey guys, I just wanna make a little note on chapter 1, be sure you do this. That would be fine. But generally, when you go into screen capture, it's gonna give you some more options and it's gonna allow you to position your webcam camera a little bit better. So I hope you guys can see right up here. Can you guys see this okay? Give me some, okay, great. So this little dashed area is what's gonna record from your screen. So if you only wanted to do this much, I just wanted to record this much and maybe zoom in, highlight that, you can. If you wanna do, your whole screen, you can do whatever. You can size it to what fits your needs.
I don't think we can see the studio part anymore.
Okay, it's because,
Unfortunately.
yeah. Okay, can you see
It's the
any
camera,
of it?
I'm sure.
Yeah, it is, it's the camera. Let me try doing this. Can you guys see now? The screen, yeah. So this is why I allow time at the end. I'm unable to show you all of the things that it can do because my camera can't do the dual. It can't do Zoom and studio recording. So can you guys see anything? Can you still see my screen at all? Okay, so you can see the screen. Okay, great. So there's some tools. Can you guys see the little tools up here at the top? So I can do like an oval, and I can do a little thing like this. Can you guys see that? The drawing tools?
None of the record options are showing.
Okay, so let me just close out of that then. Okay, So when you do the recording, it does have a draw feature. So you can either have your cursor and actually physically draw things or circle, or it will give you like arrows or ovals or things that you can highlight on the screen while you're talking, just like Screencast-O-Matic will do. So it will do that. Unfortunately, I can't show you that because if I do, it'll disconnect the Zoom. It won't, you guys can't see both. So I'm gonna show you, this guy right here, and to it, I'm gonna, let me stop sharing and put these things in chat so that you guys can pull these up and take a look at them.
I clicked the buttons that you were talking about on my, I did a split screen and clicked the buttons you were talking about, like the record and the screen capture, and I can see it on my screen. So if we all click the buttons you're talking about, it'll pop up on our own screen for you to reference what, like the,
Okay.
like the dotted rectangle and all of that.
Oh, okay, okay. We can do that. That's totally fine if you want to do that. I don't know how much the first class chose not to because these two, make sure I got all those. Yeah. Okay, let me go back to sharing the screen. Okay. So when you go to record, after you record a section, oh, I forgot to say that if you're doing the split screen thing, sometimes the feedback will come back through everybody else's sound. I don't know why that does that. So that was one thing I think when too many people, I think we ran into that with the first class. So after you hit record, and you record yourself and you can see the screen, and I would leave the default settings. Don't worry about going anything beyond that at that point. And after you record, you just click done, and then it brings up your editing window. And that's what I can't really show you. But this guy right here, Philip White, he's got these videos right here that are really good tutorials. I'm gonna be honest, he's a little boring to listen to, but his content is great. So have your coffee, okay? Maybe have a little popcorn to kind of keep you moving, but he's really good. The other link I gave you is Bradley Schreffler. He has some really good just Canvas in general, as well as studio stuff on there. In fact, I'm going to show one of his videos here in a minute on how to actually do the video quiz and send it into Infinite Campus. So he's very helpful. Gart Morris, his YouTube page is a little bit more Canvas tutorials in general, how to set up your Canvas, how to set up modules, how to copy, how to share, move things around, which are great, but not so much on Studio. So I found it more helpful to literally Google just Canvas Studio help, and that's kind of how I found these guys. I'm also going to show you in Building Modern Classrooms, they have a tech tools guide, and they reference another Studio helpful hints that get more into the editing. To be honest, you don't have to edit yours. I mean, just start somewhere, you know, don't make things complicated. So I'm going to show you, let's see, how to organize your videos next. So that's pretty good. Any questions or anything so far? So you guys know where the Studio is. You know how to upload a video you've made. You know how to upload someone else's video, and you know how to record. Hit the record button, and then here's 2 good resources that'll walk you through recording your own video and editing it if you want. Okay, is everybody good? Okay. All right.
They're asking about downloading the screen capture. I don't think that's something you need admin permission for. No?
Downloading the screen capture.
Like the first time you run the record.
Oh, no, through Studio, no, that automatically. Yeah, that's.
It pops up. It pops up, but it automatically downloads it. Like it doesn't ask for any kind of.
Shouldn't ask for permission,
Right.
yeah.
No, mine, it's telling me to download it when I try to download it because it's actually an app that's trying to install onto my computer. I need admin permissions, and I'm getting the little pop-up box that says you don't have permissions to install this. So I'll just call Bart or email
Yeah,
Bart.
because that's unusual. I would say that that's because normally it's exactly what she was saying. It pops up that you need permission, but then it immediately downloads. I didn't
Yeah,
have to.
mine doesn't do that. So thank you.
Okay, okay. I can't imagine anything being wrong with the IT on our laptops. That's really unusual. Sorry. Y'all laugh, okay? We're all in this together, all right? Okay, so back to my library. So any tech person, they're gonna talk about file management, and that is so important. You guys, it's just like cleaning your rooms and cleaning your bathroom and all that stuff. You need to keep your tech files clean. So I wanna show you guys how to do a collection to organize your studio files. As soon as I can get this thing to work. Okay. So when you go back to your library, right here is a button called collection. So it's really important to keep these organized because the more you get, the more crazy it will be. You can see that when we do our Disney, because my daughter and I worked for the Walt Disney Company, so we're big Disney fans. So I have a lot of Disney videos and stuff for the kids to do things with. So it is important that you arrange things in collections. It just makes your life easier. So there's two ways to do that. Excuse me, as with any Canvas thing, you're gonna have multiple ways to do things. There's no right or wrong. So let's say I wanna put these two videos that we just uploaded into a collection. So I'm gonna click on the three dots and I'm gonna click Move To. It's gonna give me a little drop-down menu and I'm gonna say I want a new collection. And I'm gonna name that collection Examples and click Move. It will automatically create that collection and store the video I chose into that collection right here. The other way that you can do it is to actually, whoops. You can actually, I actually showed you the other way. You can add a collection first. So let's call this one Sample Video, and I'm gonna create it. And then I can add videos from there, whether here, or it creates that collection right here and there's nothing in it. So then I can go over to the video I want to move and select. I can either put it in my examples one or the sample video that I created. So I'll put it into the sample video and now it'll pop that video over into that collection. It doesn't matter. The easiest is once you've created a collection, the easiest is to just go here and then you move it and it sends it right into the video. Okay, so that kind of helps things get cleaned up. So now let's talk about what are some things that we can do with Studio. So one of the things that I was telling you is you can share files like this is a YouTube Twitch streamer right here, Harris Heller. He's got a lot of really great videos on different components, different, lighting effects, cameras, different things like that that some of my kids like to use. So if I want to just deliver that video and say, hey, for those of you who are interested, here's a video, a really good one on different kinds of camera equipment, and upload that. I can also do a discussion tied to it. I can make it an assignment through a quiz. So in this video, right here in the top right corner, you can see a little rocket That means there is an actual quiz tied to that video. So what I want to do, I got to stop sharing for a second so I can go back into another area. For those of you who've jumped in late, if you would just please type your name, rank, and serial number in the chat for attendance. I'd appreciate it.
I
Okay.
want to see collections again, Mrs. Fisher.
Oh, okay. Collections again? You bet. Okay, so let's say, show you how to do it again. Okay, so I can click on collection. This means I'm going to just create a new collection, a new grouping. So we're going to call this When's Lunch? Okay, so once that is created, I've just created that collection. So you can see up here, I called it When's Lunch. I can either go in and add videos right here. And let's say that they are ones that I've either already created or they're from YouTube. Type in the URL. So that's kind of a front end way of doing it, saying, oh, I've found all these really great videos on distance learning, so I'm gonna just sit here and add them. You can. Or I can go into individual videos once I've already added them to my library. I think that way's easier. So if I wanted to, say, add this video to that When's Lunch collection I just created, I just click on the 3 dots and I'm going to click on Move To, and then it'll give me the drop down menu, and then I find When's Lunch, click on it, and then move that video into that collection right there. That good?
Jennifer?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I go to my library and I want to record something,
Huh?
okay, so I do that. You say the best way is to do screen capture?
Right. See right up here in this top right corner, that record button,
Right?
that's what you hit, but I don't know what you guys can see when I hit it. I like screen capture.
Mine's grayed out right now.
Do you have it might be because you're using your webcam
Oh,
for
okay.
this Zoom meeting. That's why it's for this class, I have to let you guys have time where you're off Zoom so that you can play with that.
Okay, so,
Go ahead.
okay, so let's just say I did the webcam thing. All right, just hello, how you doing? Whatever.
Could you say it again, please?
Siri thinks I'm talking to her.
Yeah, that Siri can be annoying.
So I do the webcam. Hi, how you doing? Welcome to class, whatever. Where is that going to show up once I save that?
In your studio library.
So
It'll automatically, it keeps it all in there. So once you record, and you're happy with your recording, you just click done, and that video automatically saves right into your library. You don't have to upload it or do anything.
Okay, and to edit, is it easier to edit through the screen capture? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. And those 2 YouTube channels that I showed you with those short little videos, and there's going to be some others that I also am going to show you, that is much easier. If I go in and show you one, I can't because we're on a Zoom conference. Right. But secondly, if you haven't played with it yourself and learned how to kind of maneuver, it's just too tedious. It gets a little overwhelming.
Right. So that's the Philip White and the Bradley, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Bradley Schiffler. Yeah.
Schiffler. Okay.
Yeah. And I got some others too, but yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Bet. Any other questions, you guys? And if it's easier, you can just unmute and shout out at me. Okay. So what I want to show you is probably one of the most used tools in this is delivering quizzes, delivering some content. So like I said at the beginning, I am not recreating the wheel. I could have made a video to show you how to do this, but I am not, one, I didn't have time. And two, I'm working smarter, not harder. All right, so I'm gonna back this up just a little bit. This is that Bradley Scheffler. Let me check, make sure you guys can hear the sound.
Now that video is in my studio and I can use that.
Can you guys hear that? Yes? Okay, I need to be sure because we had trouble with the first class. Everybody can hear that audio? Okay, awesome. Whew, I had to narrate the thing in the first class. Y'all, okay. All right, so he is going to walk you through how to make a quiz with the video, and after he creates the quiz, he's going to show you how to upload it in Canvas, okay? So, full disclosure, I'm going to go get a snack. This is no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. If something comes up, you guys, please jump in and interrupt so that I can catch any questions, okay? Here we go.
For the purposes of today, though, I'm going to use this one right here. Once you've decided what video you want to go ahead and create a quiz for, you're going to hover over the video, click the 3 dots, and hit Create Quiz. If you've already created a quiz for something, you might see a little bit different option. You'll see quizzes, and then you can add a quiz or use an existing quiz. So in this case, I actually want to do this. This Add Quiz button will function exactly the same as Create Quiz. Now, we give the quiz a title. This one's going to be on Nearpod Publish a Lesson. Actually, publish a self-paced lesson. We can give it a description. For students, I would probably want to go ahead and give it a description. I would not hide question markers. I would not mess with this setting. I've been told that it can cause issues for students finding questions. So we're going to leave that as an X, and then we're going to hit Get Started. On the next screen, we're going to see the actual video itself. What I would recommend at this point is you actually play through the video, and at stop points where you want questions, then you're going to go ahead and hit stop. So in this case, so I can do a couple different things. So I can do a quick question just to make sure they were paying attention. So in this case, multiple choice. This video is about how to publish a Nearpod, which is what I just said. Create a Nearpod. Let's give a third option. Delete a Nearpod. So those are my question choices. This one is the correct answer. That's why it's there. I can add more answers like I just did. The options I have, I can vary points by answer. So if I want partial credit on one answer, I can do vary points by answer. So if there's one that's half right, I could give them half points. I click vary points. This one is worth 1 point. This one, or 2 points. This one is worth 1 point. I can do that. I can also do shuffle the choices so that the options come up in different orders. And I can give feedback to the question. I can give feedback for when they get it correct, like that is right. I can give feedback for an incorrect answer or general feedback that they'll see either way. So once I'm done with my question, I hit save. Then I may skip a little farther ahead to my next part here. And then we'll say, I remember creating this video, so I had to hit save changes in order to get the publish button on Nearpod. So we're going to get to the point where I'm finished with that. And so I'm going to say, let's do a true false question. This is pretty straightforward. That is not true. You just have to hit save. So, and then again, my feedback options are there and true false. So we're going to hit save. The last option would be multi-select. which is same as a lot of other ones where you can do multiple options, as you might suggest. And let's put it right here. We'll do a multiple select, and we'll have we'll say Canvas. We'll say email. That's also correct. We'll say Class Dojo. And then we'll say embed. That one's not correct. And then again, we have all of our options. So in this case, shuffle the choices, and then I can again give feedback to the question and save. So once I've gone through the video and added my questions, I can now go ahead and hit the done button. And my quiz is created. So now it's created, but my students don't have it yet. But notice here I have quizzes. I have the one I created already, and then I have the new one. So Share Nearpod Lesson Quiz was the one I practiced with. Now I have the new one. And again, if I haven't created a quiz, if I didn't save correctly, I will see Create Quiz when I click those three dots. So now that I have it, I'm going to go into my actual course, and I'm going to give it to my students. Now here's where you have to do a little trick. There's actually 3 or 4 different ways you can give this to your students, but if you want it to be graded and everything to show up correctly, this is probably the best way to do it, the correct way to do it. So once you're in your course, go ahead and go to Assignments. And then we're going to add an assignment. Nearpod Publishing Quiz. What I would normally recommend in this space is to say, watch the video below and answer the questions as they appear. We're going to make it, let's make it 50 points. It is going to be a classwork grade. As always, when you're creating an assignment, make sure the categories line up with your categories in Skyward, or else it won't sync correctly. We're going to display it as points. Now, here's the trick. Instead of online, we're going to go to external tool as our submission type. And then here, we click the Find button, and we're going to click on Canvas Arc/Studio. If you don't know, last year, Studio was not called Studio, it was called Canvas Arc. It did a transition. So that's why they have it listed as Canvas Arc/Studio.
For us, it's just Canvas Studio because we got it after they changed it from Canvas Arc. So don't let that. Also, they have Skyward, not Canvas or whatever. They have a different, I mean, not Infinite Campus. So that's all.
Now from here, I'm going to find that video that I've created a quiz for, which is this one right here, and I'm going to select it. Now I'm going to click Video Quiz Embed, and this will show me those 2 quizzes I've created for that video.
So just real quick, I'll back it up just a little bit. If you leave it with standard embed, that means the quiz will not show up. So if you have a video that you just want to show to one class, but in another class you're actually going to assign the quiz, you can do that. Standard embed will tell you it's just going to show the video, but when you want to embed a quiz, you click Embed the Quiz.
Click Video Quiz Embed, and this will show me those 2 quizzes I've created for that video. Remember, if you only have one, you'll only see one in this dropdown, but I'm going to go ahead and pick this one I just created, and then I'm going to click Embed. Now I'm going to hit Select, and then this will be added in. Don't mess with this. If you mess with this link, then you'll have problems, so don't do that. I want to make sure I sync the grades. I want to assign it to everyone. I need to give it a due date, so we'll say April 10th. If you want an available from and an available to date, that's an option. I don't typically use it. Then we're going to hit either save or save and publish. If you want your students to be able to see it now, we can hit save and publish. Now,
Show
this
you what it
is
looks
what the
like to
students will see
students.
when they get on. They'll see a Get Started button to be able to watch the video and see the quiz questions. Just to give you an idea how that looks for them, they'd hit Get Started, and then you'll notice it's going to load the video, and you'll see the question spots. So they'll click on this, and then they'll have the question. This video is about how to create a Nearpod. Continue. And once they hit Continue, it'll pick up right where they left off. So again, same thing here. I can click here to see the question. They can go back and rewatch before they answer if they want to. Whatever they'd like to do. And then lastly, we're going to let this play through and see it pauses the video and gives it to them right away. So in this case, email, Canvas, Class Dojo, does not embed, continue. Then when I'm all done, they're finished. Then they just hit Submit Quiz. And that's it. Once they...
Okay. So hopefully that helped. That's a pretty good step-by-step. The one thing that he does that I don't do is he shows where the quiz questions are. I think the glitch that he's talking about must have been taken care of because I don't show my quiz questions and I've not had any issues, knock on wood, right? So I'm going to show you one that I did for my students over the distance learning. Just a little quiz that I gave them. So you can see after they've taken the quiz, what it looks like. So up here is my directions to the kids. I did this exactly like the video you just saw, so I don't want to, reinvent the wheel. I go ahead and put in here that I'm able to see whether you've watched the video or not, so kids can know that up front because you can. So this is where I can look at the insights. I can see which students actually viewed the video, and I can click on individual students to see what they did. So Kylie, she watched the whole video. But Zach, he fast forwarded here.
Of course he did.
Oh, Zach.
So and probably still scored 100.
Probably, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm sure he did. So he fast forwarded. I can look, Deani didn't watch it. She clicked on there, but now in their defense, we did have technology issues and stuff with the distance learning. So, but I'm just showing you how it shows up. So you can see what each kid did and you can see if they fast forwarded or jumped around. Kids can choose closed caption whenever they watch the video. So if you've got language learners, that can assist them in that. And then you can look at your quiz results. You can look at the overall analysis, or I can go into individual students and take a look at how many attempts, what time they took it, what they scored, all of that stuff. And then, like I said, everything then can go to Infinite Campus. So you don't have to do any grading. What? Okay, yay for that. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing here for just a second and check in with you guys. Whew. Does everybody need a stretch or anything? Are we good?
I have a question, Jennifer.
Yeah, jump in.
I have been, okay, let me make sure I'm saying the right words. When I input my video with a quiz, the submission type, I've left it as an online submission with a text entry so that they could ask me any questions. Will that work still?
When you do that, I think you could run into some issues syncing to Infinite Campus. So if you're just delivering content,
okay.
I think you're fine. You can do it like that. And it looks like there's a question. it will automatically grade it and sync to Infinite Campus. That's why I did a whoop whoop, right? As far as I know, I think you can also use Speed Grader, just like you can on any assignments. I did that with one of my discussions. So it really is awesome. And that's why I kind of want to follow up at the end and show you this building modern classrooms idea because of everything being video based. So is everybody good on that? Because what I would like to do is spend a little bit of time giving you some video tips and showing you a few examples of instructional videos. And then, like I said, the last bit, then you guys would be free to play.
So when he was talking about releasing it to students, he actually went into assignments, or I know we could go into like our modules and do it that way. So they are not able to actually go into Studio and see what we have. That's just a teacher feature. We have to do it in, like, release it individually rather than them going there and getting it.
Right, right. Let me show you really quick. Yeah, they cannot see my Studio. So let me go into Studio. One of the other things that I did, we had to have our UHype elections for our officers virtually. So what I did is I had kids make a campaign video for themselves, why they wanted to be a UHype officer, and they submitted that to me. I uploaded those to Studio and then just pushed them out. Rebecca, how you were saying, that's where you can just put it in the descriptions. You don't have to do it as an external tool. And so my UHype kids were able to watch those videos, and then they sent me an email with who they wanted to vote for. So these are my 5 officers, my 5 winners. So they had their videos in there, but the only way for kids to see your videos is for you to push it out to them through an assignment or a file or some way like that. They're not going to see it. Any other questions on kind of the logistics of Studio?
I have a question, Jennifer. So if we did want to sync gradebooks, we couldn't do the text entry option. Do they just not submit anything then, if that's what we're doing? They would just answer the quiz questions in the video?
If that's how you're wanting it done. Now, if you're wanting, like some of my videos, I am doing where they have to submit, they'll watch the video and they have guided notes to complete while they're watching the video. And then, so they actually will download that form. My goal this year is to not have any paper. I want everything done through Canvas. I know math, that's far more challenging, but they would complete that and then upload that and turn that in to me. If you're wanting to deliver a quiz through Studio, that's where you need to do it as that external tool submission. Otherwise, you can just put it in that text box up at the top. Did I just totally make sense or not?
Yeah, you made sense. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so Jennifer, back to math. Could we have a video that has a quiz, but select that part where the quiz doesn't show up for them to watch as a teaching tool, and then go back in a different assignment and activate the quiz part so they watch the video and take the quiz over it?
Yes,
All with one video.
Yes, so you record the one video, and then just like that video I showed you, you create your quiz, and then when you're going to do that assignment and push it out through Canvas to the students, that's where you choose embed video or embed quiz. That's where you make that choice. So the first one you would just embed the video, no quiz. The second one you do embed the quiz.
Perfect.
Anything else, guys? Y'all, are we having fun? Right? We got our pants on with zippers. We're like, got in a car and drove somewhere. We're in a building? I need help, y'all. I need help. Send more coffee. Okay, so now I want to talk to you guys about video tips. Okay. So I'm just looking over here. Okay. When you're making your instructional videos, there are 4 things that I'm going to really encourage you to consider. The first one is lighting. I had a little video that I'm going to show you, but you guys, I'm not going to bore you. Y'all, we're getting close to lunch. I mean, you know, are you with me? So lighting. So when I first came in to do, because I had to use my laptop, I keep my laptop to the side of my desk and I work off my monitor. So when I plugged in, this is what the view was. Do you guys want to stare at that for an hour and a half? No. Okay. That'll give you a headache. So, and I know you guys have seen that on Zoom calls, okay? So pay attention to your lighting. The very best lighting is a window. No boost, a window. If you can get a window positioned to either side of your laptop or whatever you're going to record with, your phone, whatever, or directly behind that, that is the best lighting. It's the most natural and it really illuminates your whole face. You really want to pay attention to that, especially a backlight. And some of you, I'm not going to shout anybody out, but even on a Zoom, have you guys been on Zooms where people are sitting in front of a window and it's this blinding light? I did one with one of our principals and it was just this dark, you know, silhouette. All I could see was this light and I kept thinking, wow, I have had too much coffee. It's very distracting, especially to students, and it gives you a headache. So really pay attention to your lighting. The second is the sound, okay? And I don't mean just audio, I mean your voice too. When you're recording, it's okay if you talk fast. Sometimes that adds more energy to your videos and that's okay. But be sure you're enunciating, okay? Be sure you're being very clear with your words, especially if you have language learners that are gonna need to turn on a caption or something with you. Kids can rewatch videos. If they don't understand something or if they spaced out on a section of your lecture, they can go back and watch that again. But if you're mumbling and you're kind of talking like this and stuff like that, you know, they're gonna miss it. Also, do be sure your audio is clear. When you're recording something, if you move that around, like if I'm gonna record something, I'm getting a phone call, but if you are recording something and I'm moving the phone around and or it's on my desk and I'm bumping it, all of that's gonna come through the audio. So you wanna listen to your recordings and be sure that your audio is clear, not staticky, and that you are talking clearly, okay? That's really important. Those are probably the 2 most important. The third thing is framing. And when we talk about framing, we mean how I look in this little box that I'm in right here, okay? Y'all, do you do a FaceTime call with people of a certain generation and this is what you look at? Y'all feel me? Y'all feel me? Grandpa, put the phone down. I can't see your face. Okay. All right. So be conscious of that. Also, the Zoom calls. There was one on the faculty meeting yesterday, and I'm going to call him out. He's a coach. And he was like this. And I'm like, what are you looking at? Okay. Back yourself up. You're scaring me. Okay. So we don't need to see your nostril hair, okay? Be careful how you're framing. By the same token, This doesn't work either. Okay? How y'all doing? Right? So be sure that you are framed, you know, do a little test video, make sure that they can see you. This is what they call a headshot in studio, you know, acting and stuff. So you want to be framed like that so that kids get a good feel, all right? If you're doing a video where you're gonna put up some graphics, I'm gonna show you an example in a little bit, then you wanna frame yourself over here. You know, you've heard of the thirds, the rule of thirds, okay? So you wanna frame yourself over here so that right here I have a nice space. If I wanna put up a graphic, if I'm gonna do a little text box with some information, I've got plenty of room to insert that in my video, okay? So that's framing, that's important. The fourth thing, and I'm gonna be honest, I am a what not to do right now is your background, okay? The more stuff you have back here in your background, I promise the kids are distracted and they're looking at your stuff, being nosy, and they're not gonna pay attention to what you're saying, okay? They're gonna be like taking, you know, a screenshot and they'll be like zooming in going, what books does she read, you know? I promise they are. So watch what's in your background. It can be really distracting, okay? So those are 4 really good tips that you need to keep in mind when you're doing instructional videos. 1, your lighting. 2, your sound. 3, framing. And 4th, your background, okay? And those are actually good tips to use even when you're doing Zooms. So I want to show you a few, let's see. Yeah, I want to show you a little video. So I'm going to share my screen again. Oh, somebody asked, I'm sorry, if students can use Studio to make their own videos. So not to my knowledge that Studio is a tool on the teacher end of things, but I don't, you know, I know an awful lot of teenagers just like you guys do, and I've never in my life met a teenager that didn't know how to video themselves. So I don't think that's gonna be a problem. So yeah, so I really truly think, like I said, any assignment that I've done, I literally just say, make this video, and I let the kids choose. I will give you one thing, just because I'm Apple, and again, I apologize if you are not part of the Apple family in your phone selection. No offense, no judgment here. It's just, I only speak Apple, okay? So, you know, we all need to accept each other's views on things, okay? So there is an app. Let me see if I can make this show up. It is called Clips. Ooh, there you can barely see it. Right there. You guys see that okay? That looks like a really weird shot right there. In your face. Okay, so it's called Clips. It's a free app. It actually comes loaded, preloaded on your iPads and your phones. Most people don't know what it is, so they delete it. So you can really impress and earn some cred with your students is to say, well, pull up Clips. And they're like, what's Clips? And you're like, you don't know Clips? Like, get with the program. So it's a really, really fun, simple editing tool. You can do different virtual reality backgrounds. You can be on the Millennium Falcon. You can be swimming with Nemo. And it's real simple to use. I mean, literally you can do a quick little tutorial if you need to, but it's a really fun app that kids will really get into, and they can do all kinds of videos. Then it's right there on their phone, easy for them to upload to Canvas and submit it to you. So it's a really good one. They can create a movie in Canvas and submit on Canvas, really? Linda, what are they using in Canvas to create the movie? Anybody
Whoa.
know?
I know I've
Go
started seeing
go
like,
back and look, but when we did virtual, we did the tic-tac-toe boards, and one of them was either do a TikTok or do a movie of yourself. And they actually uploaded that in Canvas from their phones. And there's a little movie button in there, I believe, when you do the submission, and you can submit a video.
Huh. Becky, you might need to update. Was it already on there? When I opened mine this morning, I had an update on mine. So our Wi-Fi network might not be letting you update yours, and that might be why it's not opening. So I'd try it
That
when we
app
get
is cool.
I may
Wi-Fi.
try to just turn my phone off and back on. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah. Or if you need me to hard reset it, I will bring it down. Or you can. Yeah, Clips is a really fun, and a lot of kids don't know what it is. So when you do it, there's
It's awesome.
it's a fun one. And it's real simple and easy. So you can get Clips on Android? Leslie, rock on with your bad self. That's cool. All right. Okay, so I want to show you guys another video. Is that cool? Is everybody good? Is everybody hanging in here okay? Are we
I think you had a
good?
question from Mrs. Cobb.
Oh, all right.
Or
Can you upload videos from your phone to upload to Studio? I'm assuming if you have Canvas on your phone, then that capability should be there. If not, what I tend to do is when I've made a recording, I just download that video file to a flash drive and put it in my laptop. So for those of you guys, just another like tech side of things, every time you transfer video or JPEG, you lose pixels. You lose your data. So if I make a video and then I text it to Mr. Moran for him to see it, he's really not getting the full version. He's, especially through a text, it's kind of like a thumbnail of the video or the picture. And then let's say he emails it to Mr. Cousins. Well, then by the time he gets it in his email, he's looking at a much depleted version than the original. So the least amount of times you transfer a picture or video, the best. You won't lose your resolution that way. So if I make a video like separate from Canvas Studio, like I make a different video, then I will literally download that to a flash drive and then put it in my school laptop. So I use Explain Everything and then my iPad when I'm doing PowerPoints. I'm going to show you that in a little bit. And then I'll do an introductory video. So let me show you, is there any other questions before I jump to this next video?
Well, in the math department yesterday, we were talking about having the OneDrive app on your phone. So if you created a video and you saved it in OneDrive, then it would be synced to your laptop already to upload onto Canvas or Studio.
Yes.
That would work too. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
students could do that too. If they have the OneDrive app, they could then
Yes.
do a submission type of
Yeah.
upload a file, and they would
Yeah.
upload it directly from their phone.
Yeah, I would see like doing maybe where kids video themselves solving the math problem. You know, they can hold their phone and show them solving the math problem and submitting that video. Absolutely. Saving it up to the cloud or to a drive like that is basically the exact same as to a flash drive.
Also, Ms. Fisher, I'm a Spanish teacher, so for the speaking stuff I had some of my kids do, if they even have the Canvas app, kids can just get on their app and use the Studio app and record themselves and submit the video.
Oh, so Linda, that must have been what you were referring to. Okay, I didn't know that. See, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that info. That's good. That's awesome. Yeah, kids recording themselves, like when we're training kids to be like news anchors on the Almost Daily News or do videos and be in front of a camera, we have them video themselves so they see what they look like on camera. It's no different with us when we're doing an instructional video, okay? Watch yourself and see, you know. Anything else, guys?
You have one more question in the chat.
I do. Can you use graphics and text boxes in Studio? Yes, and that is, that's in those editing features that I can't show you because I'll lose the Zoom connection. But if you will look at those YouTube channels that I sent you, and I'm getting ready to give you some other ones, there's things that you can do in there. Thank you for. I can't keep up with it all, y'all. My pants are cutting me in two. It's all I can do, all right? All right, I'll show you this video. Okay, this is from the Building Modern Classrooms. And this is just a short video on how to make a good instructional video.
Instructional videos are powerful tools to enhance student learning at home. They allow students to learn at their own pace and free up time for teachers to support students individually. But too often, they lose their effectiveness because educators make common mistakes. Research has found that videos are often too long, too confusing, too unengaging. Avoid common pitfalls by following these 5 tips. The longer the video, the less likely students will pay attention. Research shows students start tuning out after about 6 minutes. Instead of having one long video, think about breaking a lesson into short segments. Too much text on screen can overwhelm students. Instead, use visual cues like arrows to indicate key concepts and diagrams to help explain ideas. Students learn less when they listen passively. Throughout the video, encourage students to reflect and take notes. Check for understanding by incorporating questions and short quizzes. Organize your video into chapters. That way, students can find a section quickly when reviewing materials. Students will be more engaged if the video feels authentic. Use a casual tone and speak encouragingly. And remember to just be yourself. Make students feel like they are in your classroom.
So I was just going to show you a couple of the videos. So like this is my unit on personality colors. And so what, you know, when we're first coming together as a class, because my class is so heavily collaborative, I try to really build teamwork and everything the best that I can. So one of the first things that we study is our color personalities. So I'm just going to show you kind of my plan, my lesson plans. Before I do a unit of study, I do a video of myself, just introducing the topic. Why are we studying this? How does it apply in the real world? And so students can get to know me as a teacher, especially if we are not face-to-face. And again, like I said, my goal is to follow that Building Modern Classrooms philosophy, where whether we are distance learning or not, my lectures are going to be on Canvas, on video, so that if I have a kiddo who's absent, they can catch right back up. They can hear the same lecture that all the other kids heard. And it can be self-paced. So if I have my advanced kiddos that go through the material and are doing great, then they become the teacher helpers, and they can go back and help those kids that maybe are struggling with a certain concept. So therefore, it frees up my class time to truly be there one-on-one with the kids and go where I'm needed, instead of trying to fit all of my students in a box and saying, this is what we're going to lecture on today. Every kiddo is going to be self-paced. So this is I'm just going to give you a short, this is my introductory video, introducing kind of myself to the class. This is something we cover after the first few days, just to give you guys an idea of video. Hey, it's Mama Fish, AKA Mrs. Fisher. You guys know that I came from the real world. You've heard about a few of my jobs already, and you'll hear about more as the school year goes on. Having come from the real world, I want to equip you guys with tools to help you get success out there in the real world. You know, after you move that tassel to the other side of the cap. So you need to equip your toolbox for the real world, okay? We've already covered a few tools this semester already. Our first tool, ask questions. Remember the scavenger hunt we played? Never be afraid to ask questions. You may come up with the best solution to solve the problem. Ask questions. Okay, so remember, no judgment. But you can see my lighting, you know, my background is good. I framed it so that I could have those text boxes come up there. You know, the background was plain, simple. So that's kind of introducing. Then this is one of the videos using Explain Everything on my iPad. So I'll kind of skip through to give you just a feel for it, so you don't have to listen to everything.
Okay, you should have already watched the video introducing our personality color test, and you should have page 1 of the actual test. Let's go. Before we jump into the actual test, let's go over some ground rules. The purpose of the profile is to help you. Having an understanding of the different personality types is a great tool to have in the real world. Identify your personality color. Remember, the more you understand your own strengths, lifeline. Text a friend for help. Sometimes your friends and family can give you a more objective answer. And remember the ones that fit you the best. What do you do 24/7? Not just while you're at school, but how do you behave at home, on the weekends, over the summer? And pick the one that you do the easiest, that comes the most naturally to you. So maybe you're looking at those first 4 words and you're like, you know, I'm really not the most self-confident person, and I'm not really sensitive, but I don't know whether to put structured or trusting, because I do. Now, some of these words you're going to look at and go, I have no idea what that means. Wait, Ms. Fisher, you actually expect us to know vocab? This isn't an English class. Okay, real talk. In the real world, people will judge your intelligence by the type of words you use and the way you use them, i.e. your vocabulary and grammar. Therefore, in my class, we are going to expand our vocabulary so that when you guys go out in the real world, you're going to impress them with your intelligence, because you are my brilliant students. Okay.
Okay, so you all can make fun of me in the chat. So that's some examples of just the types of instructional videos and things that you can make and then upload through Studio. I do want to show you, I'm trying to get this to go down. Whoa.
So we just need a video making course, because I haven't the slightest idea how to make text boxes and all that stuff pop up. It's
You
just
don't
going to
need
be
it. Now, I will say Explain Everything does it for you. iMovie is really, really simple to use.
Android.
Okay, so there are also some free some of my students use like Sony Vega. There's some other things out there. Honestly, Screencast-O-Matic, you really probably can find everything you want to do right there on Studio doing that record feature where you have the webcam. So don't be intimidated by that. I have some video people in my life that can help me out with some of those things, but you do not have to be. That's actually a perfect segue into this. This is the modern classrooms where they teach you how to do a lot of those things. This is their main website. I'll tell you what, I also want to show you, this is the seminar that I did. I did the free one. They have a free one. It does not take long. They walk you right through the whole process. It's very simple. I am very thankful I got a scholarship and was able to do the actual mentor program where I collaborated with students all over the nation. It was really cool. Here's some of the resources, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this for you guys. Let me jump over into chat. Let me jump into chat really quick. I want to share those things with you. Let me share this video with you that we just watched. I want you guys to have that as well. That's the video we watched on how to do. And this will take you to the modern classroom stuff. So there's some more resources for you guys on all of that, where they really walk you through and help you. Let me take you back. So they also, these resources that they gave.
Yeah, we can't see what you just typed in the chat box at all.
Oh, you can't?
Uh-uh.
That's weird. It's right there in chat. Let me just recopy.
Are you sure you have it sending to everyone?
Uh-huh.
You could accidentally have it on private. I've done that before.
Oh, it says, from me to everyone in waiting room. I just sent it again. Did it go through?
I don't think you want it to the everyone in waiting room.
Oh, I did. Thank you. Thanks, Rebecca. Now, can you guys see it? Good, good. Okay, great. So those are the videos that we just watched, as well as like the modern classrooms. So let me jump back over there. So this is some of the resources that they sent out. If you have Twitter, you can find me at it's Mama Fish.
Computer, and it only does that when I'm plugged into this like docking stand versus my laptop.
There. So I'm at It's Mama Fish. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, I have Kareem Farrar is one of the founders of Modern Classrooms. The other founder of Modern Classrooms was my mentor. And so this is a really good resource guide that they sent out. Basically, you guys, they took, you know, all those 500,000, 600,000, 700,000 resources they sent all us teachers to do distance learning. They actually went through those. They followed up with teachers on ones that really worked, that were really helpful. They condensed it down into a much, you know, more readable format, and then they reference videos that are short, like 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, that explain how to use that tool just to get you started. That way, like I said at the beginning, don't try to do all of the tools. Keep it simple, you know, go through there, find the ones that you think, you know what, this is going to work for me, and then use those. They also, on this stupid thing keeps popping up. I can't, come on, there we go. Sorry guys, it's challenging with on my laptop here. Okay. They also give you these tech tutorials, and remember when I said there was modern classrooms would reference another Canvas studio guy, so it's on there. So when you click the tech tools, and I gave you guys this link in the chat, you can go into that tech tools, and he's another really helpful YouTube videos that will show you the editing and different ways to do studio. So those are some really good resources. This is where you can do that free online course that'll help you on how to make an instructional video and how to do distance learning. They really help on all of those things. So, okay. So questions, what do you, let me know. Is there something we didn't cover that you want to know, or give me feedback, or should I just crawl under my desk and find a new career?
It sounds like you have plenty of careers to choose from to me.
I just couldn't decide what to do when I grew up. So
I still don't know what I want to do when I grow up.
yeah, I'm still not sure either. I actually, tonight is my first class getting my master's. So I know I'm stupid. Let's be honest. Come on, y'all just need to file down here in my classroom with your little masks on and just say, you are cray cray, Fisher. So anything else, you guys? Any questions? Look at all these little faces. Oh, hey, Mr. Shagwa. All right. So they told me that I, could let you guys have a little time to play. So if you would please, just for attendance and stuff, type your name in chat. I'd appreciate any feedback, good or bad, doesn't matter. So any feedback that you guys have for me, or any questions that maybe we didn't cover. And like I said, I will upload this recording to our UView YouTube. So if you guys need to go back and watch it in your free time. See what I did there? Free time, right? You can. And then hopefully all those links came through. So other than that, that's all I have for you guys. Good. Thank you for not taking any breaks. This is we will all now exit our classrooms and run to the bathroom. Bye, guys.
Hey, Miss Fisher?
Yeah, I'll hang out for questions.
Oh, this isn't a question. I just realized why you looked familiar. About 3, maybe 4 years ago, I think I was that random blonde chick that came to your classroom to kind of watch you. I'm actually a Spanish teacher at the Freshman Academy. This is my 2nd year at Union.
Nice. That is awesome. So I didn't corrupt you or dissuade you from becoming a teacher. All right.
Absolutely not.
They usually keep me in a hole in the studio, so I don't scare people away.
Well, I thought you were great. That was good. It's very helpful.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Travis, you rock, buddy. I'm going to get me a headset, man. I got to look as cool as you. That's all I'm saying.
Great job. Great job.
As cool as you. Yeah. I
Jennifer,
could
best,
glove up like Mr. Moran. He's dissecting a cat while he's taking his PD. You have
best,
the guts.
best training all summer long.
All right. Any other questions? Anything else? Hello, Coach Newkirk. That was on. This is where I can see how many people just clicked on the Zoom and then left their computer. Had to keep everybody in there.
Yeah, I already.
Bye, thank you.
Oh, thank you for your comments, David. Yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you.
Bye, thank you.
Bye, guys. Thank you.